y'all good people doing? Giving everybody a chance to tune in on Instagram and Facebook, man. First of all, I hope y'all had an amazing weekend. And thank y'all for tuning in, man. Shout out to my sponsors for sponsoring both shows, Bathroom Talk with Memphis Will and Storytime by the Fireplace with Memphis Will. Shout out to Arrowhead Water for sponsoring both shows. I'll just give you a quick briefing on both shows. Both shows is based on you guys being motivated, inspired, filled up with inspiration, giving the Most High Kingdom the glory. That's what both shows are based on. Both shows are Tuesday and Wednesday, live on Facebook and Instagram at 7 o'clock Pacific time. Bathroom Talk with Memphis Will on Tuesday, Storytime by the Fireplace with Memphis Will on Wednesday. And sometimes on Wednesday we have special celebrity guests that tune in and watch the show. But Tuesday show is based on I Ask God for a subject around 6:58. And the Spirit takes over once we go live and I get ready to jump into the subject tonight. The Most High Spirit takes over and bless me to be blessed by what he put in my spirit, along with you guys being blessed by the good message that whatever the Spirit guide us, we just give the Most High the glory. That's what the show based on. So we got 31 episodes already taped and up on all my social media platforms, along with Storytime by the Fireplace. I think it's 18 or 19 episodes that's up on all my platforms. I'm going to give you guys all my platforms, and I'm excited about tonight's subject, so we're going to jump right into it. So let me give you guys my social media platform. You can follow my Facebook, my YouTube, and my TikTok under Memphis Will. Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok is under Memphis Will. You can go to my YouTube page and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube page so you can hit that notification button and you can get all the videos that I upload. My Instagram and Twitter is at The Memphis Will. That's TheMemphisWill. That's Instagram and Twitter, The Memphis Will. Make sure you follow my Instagram and Twitter at The Memphis Will. Now, if I said any of my social media platforms too fast for you, don't worry. At the end of this video, when I upload the videos, I'm going to have all my social media handlers there so you can get to go subscribe and follow and the whole 9 yards. Now, hope you guys had an amazing weekend, man. I had a very productive day. First of all, let's talk about the weekend. My son graduated from kindergarten. He made all A's for the kindergarten. My daughter, on her way to the 7th grade, she just finished the 6th grade. She made all A's. So shout out to my daughter and my son. Daughter 12 years old, my son 6 years old. They both made all A's, both semesters. So I had a wonderful time hanging out with them. And Sunday I had a chance to go by Six Flags and have some fun, man. If you haven't been to Six Flags, make sure you do it, man. Today is June 14th. No, June 14th, which is today they lifted, is it 14th? 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. No, today, June 15th. June 15th. And they lifted the mask. So the state of California is open back up 100%. So if you was planning on visiting, get on out of here and come on have some fun with us in Los Angeles, California. Bunch of shows coming up. So y'all just be looking out for my social media for all the shows that I got coming up. Now, let's jump into it, man. Remember, 31 episodes of Bathroom Talk is already up and running. You can go back and watch any of them. All of them labeled by episode and subject, along with Storytime by the Fireplace. Now let's jump into it. Welcome to episode 32 of Bathroom Talk with Memphis Will. I'm excited about the subject that the Spirit gave me tonight. Tonight's subject is, don't fear the fear of trying. Let me say it again. I always say it 3 times, the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Don't fear the fear of trying. 3rd time. Don't fear the fear of trying. So many of us are guilty of not accomplishing something, or not manifesting something, or not reaching something. For one word, fear. Fear prevents people from elevating their life. Fear prevents people from following their purpose. Fear causes people to not do the calling that God called them to do. Fear causes people to be unsuccessful. Fear can mess up marriages. Fear can mess up relationships. Fear can mess up business. Fear can bring down corporations. Fear, that one word, fear, can prevent you from getting to your destiny. Fear. Now let's get into what fear is, and I'm going to give you guys some examples and some breakdowns and some details so you guys can master this thing called fear. Because fear is the opposite of not knowing and afraid of what's to come. So when we talk about fear, guys, fear is anxiety. Fear is doubtful. Fear is worry. And fear is not even spiritual. Fear is not even spiritual. I'm going to prove it to you. The Most High said, God said, listen to the key words because I want you to hear this directly from the Most High. God said, don't fear nothing in this world but him. Let me say it again. Don't fear nothing in this world but him. Say it again for the third time, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Don't fear nothing. Nothing. That's a key word. Nothing. Not a job. Nothing. Not your business. Nothing. Not a marriage. Nothing. Not a relationship. Not a dream. Nothing. God said, don't fear nothing in this world but him. That means the only time we're supposed to apply fear to our lives is because we fear God. That's it. Anything after that, God has made it perfectly clear with his words. Don't fear nothing in this world but him. So that's reading tonight's subject is, don't fear the fear of trying. See, a lot of y'all have not got started on a vision that God gave you because of fear. A lot of y'all have been hurt before in a relationship or a marriage, and it's hard for you to love again. It's hard for you to move on again. And most of y'all would like to say, oh, it's because of trust issues. No, it's not because of trust issues. It's because of fear. You fear that you're going to be hurt again the way someone else already hurt you. And that fear is preventing you from opening up to the next person. That fear is preventing you from moving on with your life with a better husband, with a better wife, or in a better relationship. That fear gives you anxiety about, hey, remember you was married before now. All your husband did was cheat, and he hurt on you. You went through a depression, and you almost wanted to commit suicide. Remember last time you married, that woman was no good. She was messing with all the co-workers. She was opportunist. She was looking for guys that would elevate her in her career and her personal life. So when you allow that fear in you, you shut down. See, you won't open up to nobody else or trust nobody else. It's not your trust issues. It's fear. You fear to love again. You fear to go all out again in a marriage or relationship. You fear to open up your heart and put it on the line. And why? Why do you fear opening up your heart again? Why? Because you don't want to be hurt again. And your anxiety allows you to start answering things that haven't even happened. And what I mean by that is, you meet a new guy or you meet a new woman and you're pretty excited about them. And you're building rapport with them, you're conversing with them, you're having a good time with them. But your heart won't allow you to open to that person because you fear of being hurt. And since you fear of being hurt, your anxiety make you start reliving an old experience of the other person that hurt you. Then you take that energy and you transfer it over to the new person in your new scenario, your new situation. I hear God then brought you a new blessing, but you still dwelling on something that's already supposed to be done and over with. But since that person hurt you, you'll take the new person and put all that in them. Why? You'll start telling yourself stuff that haven't even happened yet. Well, the last time you can't do a girl's night out because the last time a girl did a girl's night out, she cheated and she wasn't at a girl's night out. She was with some guys and da-da-da-da-da-da. See, that's a guy having an anxiety. You're telling yourself negative things before it even existed. And as long as you continue to tell yourself negative things, we all know negative thoughts bring on negative behavior and negative reaction. That's the reason I don't like young ladies that goes in a man's phone. For what? Because if you look for trouble, you will find trouble. But A man will go through a woman phone and a woman will go through a man phone. That's toxic. That's a toxic relationship. That's a toxic marriage. If you have to go through somebody's phone, it's already toxic. Because what happens is, the reason why you go through a man phone, it's not because you don't trust that man. It's not even because you have trust issues. It's because you fear of being hurt. You got that fear on you. You don't want this man to hurt you the way the last man did. You don't want this woman to make you go into a depression the way the last woman did. And so what you do is you protect yourself. But you're protecting yourself with fear, because it's the fear that causing you to think and behave in a negative way. All because you have fear. God said don't fear nothing in this world but him. So that means don't fear to love again. Go ahead and open up your heart to that man. Go ahead and open up your woman to that man until they show you different. Until then, you open up your heart and you love unconditionally and stop going through people's phones. Because what's going to be for you, going to be for you. What's not going to be for you, not going to be for you. Now, I ain't say run into a situation blind with your heart open. I mean, you got eyes, but you know you're supposed to walk by faith and not by sight. Start trusting that man. Start trusting that woman. And quit holding them accountable for your past relationships out of fear. See, all this time people thought it was trust issues. It's not trust issues. It's fear. You're protecting your heart with fear. And this is just me talking about it from a relationship, marriage point of view. I'm talking to you people that's married or in a relationship or was in a relationship and can't move on with a new person because your anxiety wants you to look through their phone. Your anxiety make you not trust them, and they ain't even gave you no reason not to trust them. They may have had similarity behaviors to somebody old that you dated, and you would immediately accuse them of being that cheater that you dated just because they did something similar to this person. Say, I remember I dated a woman that I used to say, I keep that on 3,000%. And she was like, well, my ex used to say that, it's just to irritate her. And then whatever her ex did, she would just accuse me of doing it because her ex did it. And what was happening was she would fear falling in love with me because she feared being hurt. You understand what I'm saying? So this is just talking about from a marriage point of view. I'm going to get into the manifestation of dreams and the manifestations of accomplishing goals, manifestations of starting business. So it's bigger than a relationship and a marriage. This fear thing can really shut down your life. This fear thing can really stop you from elevating. But more important than anything I said, fear can prevent you from following through on your purpose that God gave you. You do know a purpose is bigger than a dream, a talent, or a gift. Your purpose is first. Your purpose is foremost, is what God had you born to do. Anything else along the way is a blessing for us. I have the gift and talent of making people laugh. Is that my purpose? Am I serving my purpose? Because God got a purpose for me, and then I got my gift and my talent. Now, God gave me room to do all. God gave me room to do my purpose, because that's first, far and foremost, because that's what you was born to do. It's your purpose. That's your whole existence in the world is your purpose. But what I like about God is he don't just give us one thing. He multitask. He give us so much more. He gave me a gift and a talent, and he gave me a purpose. I got to serve my purpose and enjoy my gift and talent with his people. So when he looks at me, it's a win-win. And that's how I want it. I want God to be like, man, Memphis is down there serving the purpose and what I had him born to do. Give me favor right there. And he's also utilizing the gift and talent I gave him for the kingdom of making people laugh, bringing joy to the world. Boom, give him favor right there. So everybody have a purpose. Some of you might not have a gift or a talent, but I assure you, you got a purpose. So stop allowing your fear to prevent you from getting to your purpose. More important than a relationship, more important than a dream, more important than a goal, more important than the business is your purpose. And the devil is using your fear to prevent you from getting to your purpose. Now, going back to the subject, don't fear the fear of trying. Here's what I never understood about people that it's two type of people, but you almost can respect this one kind of person. The one kind of person that you have semi-respect for is the person that try and then they quit. Now, you don't like the idea of them quitting. You don't like the fact that they quit, but you can respect it. And what I mean by that is, why? Because they at least tried. They tried to overcome their fears, and they tried. And when they tried, maybe it was too much for them. Maybe they weren't expecting all those obstacles and tasks or hard work that was going to be in the way. So they quit. Now, you can respect the fact that they tried, but the other type of person is the one I really don't understand. I don't understand the one that quit either, but I respect it. So let's know the difference. I don't understand the people that quit, but I respect it. And there's only one reason why I respect it, for the fact that they tried. But the other person that I have no respect for, the person that I have no understanding for, is the person that don't try. I don't understand that person. I do not understand a human being that does not try. I don't understand it, and I don't respect it. For the simple fact, you allowing fear to prevent you from getting to your purpose. But the fact is, ladies and gentlemen, God said don't fear nothing in this world but him. That means it is your responsibility to try. Because guess what? This is my question for the people that never try. What do you lose? But yet you have everything to gain. Let me say that again. If you try, you have nothing to lose, but you have everything to gain. And the only thing that make you think you got something to lose is fear, which is psychological. That's fear. That's God using your mentor to put fear in something, because the devil wants you to have enough fear in you so you don't even try. But God knows once this person try, they're going to see all the stuff that they've been mentally telling themselves is not true. It's not true. This person been having all this anxiety for no reason. How many of y'all have an experience in life where we gave ourselves, we had a lot of anxiety. We start hazing our own self mentally for something that hasn't even happened. And then when they finally get through it or we make it through, we say, man, that wasn't bad at all. But we had already beat ourselves up mentally. And we are already drained mentally. Going back to a relationship, for example. I tell people in relationships, don't haze yourself mentally. And what I mean by don't haze yourself mentally, stop hazing yourself twice. Because here's what I said. If you're in a relationship, right? Do you know if you're in a relationship or a marriage and the thought of you thinking that somebody is cheating, you're mentally hazing yourself. You're mentally hazing yourself because you think they're cheating. So your mind has told you all these things and all these scenarios. None of these scenarios happen. But your mind is telling you that because you think that they're cheating. You're mentally hazing yourself. Then you turn around and find out that they are cheating. Now you hurt and depressed. So you just got messed up twice. You mentally haze yourself, and now you have to go through the physical emotion of it because you found out they was physically cheating. You lost twice. And how do you not lose twice? Well, instead of accusing somebody of cheating or thinking somebody cheating or looking to see if somebody cheating or going through somebody's phone, just enjoy the relationship. Just enjoy the marriage. Just enjoy the friendship. And guess what? If that person cheating, everything in the dark gonna come to the light. That way you'll find out they cheating all at once. You'll be hurting all at once. You'll be mentally drained all at once. And you get to go through all of it at one time. But no, we're going through things twice because we're going through it mentally. Then we're going through it physically because we have to go through the emotion of it, go through the breakup of it. But we have already drained ourselves mentally in thinking that they cheated. And then we got to turn around and go experience the physical portion of it. You lose twice. Start enjoying your relationship and then having fun in your relationship, and stop letting fear stop you from opening up your heart and loving again. Stop letting fear giving you anxiety of the unknown. Stuff that hasn't even happened. Your mind will have an anxiety and telling you so much negative things about a marriage or relationship, about accomplishing the goals, to none of it. It's just smoke. It's just the devil using you psychology. Basically, the devil using psychology on you when he got fear in you. Because the devil is laughing like, well, God already told you don't fear nothing in this world. But if I can mentally make you fear something, then I'm going to use it against you. Because the devil looking at it like, if I can use your fear against you, then I can stop you from trying. And as long as you don't try, you'll never get to your purpose. See, let me give you an example. I do stand-up comedy for a living, which y'all already know. But let me take you back to the beginning stage. Everybody been telling me, all my close friends, especially at the University of Memphis, when I played football, but prior to then, all the way back in middle school, everybody used to tell me, I'm going to go back farther than that. My third grade teacher named Miss Malone, she wrote on the chalkboard one day, and she said, William is going to be a comedian when he grow up. I was in the third grade. She wrote on the chalkboard, I'm going to be a comedian when I grow up. And I didn't know what a comedian was, so I raised my hand. I said, what is a comedian? She said, that is a person that make people laugh and smile all day. I said, well, yeah, that sounds like something I want to do. She said, you already do it. She said, but just stop doing it in my classroom. She said, when you go outside, you can make everybody laugh. She said, but in this classroom, I need you to do your work. Her name, Miss Malone, Hamilton Elementary School. I was in the third grade. Named Miss Malone. Now, let's fast forward. Everybody told me I'm going to do stand-up comedy, do stand-up comedy, do stand-up comedy. So, when I got about middle school, I understood what a comedian was. Because that's when BET Comedy, all that came out. I was like, oh, that's a comedian? Somebody that stand on stage with a mic and tell jokes and make people laugh? I was like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. I'm never doing that. Did I want to get on stage and make people laugh and smile? Yes, I did. But my fear said, oh, I'm not doing that. And guess what? This was in like middle school. Didn't get on stage and do it. I had the opportunity in middle school at Chickasaw Junior High School to go on stage and tell some jokes. It's the teacher who was over the program named Miss Winfield. I said, oh, no, I'm not doing that. There's no way I'm doing that. That was fear, right? So let's move along in high school. Same thing. We bagging on each other, which they call it bagging in California. Back down south in Memphis, we call it checking. That's when you're talking about each other. So I would be checking people, to keep them off of me. I never talked about nobody first. Everybody know me, I give you 3 chances. So the first time you talk about me, I say, don't do it. Second time you talk about me, I said, don't do it. You got one more warning. The third time you talk about me, oh, it's lights out. I don't fight you. I start talking about you. And it's like a light switch because I can't turn it off. I just keep going and going until eventually you start crying and then you want to meet up with me after school and fight me. That's how I've been all my life. But I stopped getting in trouble for it because my teacher said, if he talking about you, I know he gave you 3 chances. And I'm an adult, and I still apply that same rule to this day. You get 3 chances. 3 strikes you out. But anyway, I want you to understand the power of fear, how fear can stop you from getting to your purpose, how fear can stop you from getting to your destiny. So when I get to college, I'm at the University of Memphis. I'm playing football. So the whole football team is trying to get me to do this open mic, stand-up comedy thing. So I kept telling them I'm going to do it every week, but I never would do it. And the only reason I never would do it is because of fear. I feared and getting up on that stage and the people just looking at me or booing me or not laughing at me or I'm looking stupid. So since I had fear of stage fright, all these thoughts was coming in my head and all these scenarios was coming in my mind that was pushing me further away from my destiny, that was pushing me further away from my purpose. Because I was allowing fear to dictate my decision making. So since I feared of getting on stage, I lived in it. So when everybody told me I need to be doing stand-up, that's my calling, I need to be on stage, I naturally make people laugh, my anxiety of my fear would tell me, oh no, I'm just funny off stage talking to the people. I'm not that type of comedian that's funny on stage with a microphone. I'm funny with my friends, but this ain't nothing I want to do. I will make every excuse in the book not to get on that stage. So finally one day, I prayed about it. I said, I'm going to get on that stage. So now the club is packed with reservations because the whole football team is coming. All my family and friends is coming on the one night that I decided that I'm going to do stand-up comedy, right? So it was on a Monday. The show was on the Thursday night. I never forget. So the night I overcame my fear. That Monday and Tuesday went by. My fear was telling me everything in this power the devil was using, every move he had to get me from getting on that stage. See, because the devil knew something that I didn't know. The devil knew that if he touched that stage and overcome this fear that I've been using against him all these years, he possibly is going to start believing what everybody's telling him about his calling, which is when other people tell you, that's usually confirmation from God using other people. But more important, the devil was like, he going to get to his destiny and he going to get to his purpose. And he going to be making a whole people all around the world laugh and feel better and giving the Most High the glory because he going to give his talent and give credit to God. So the devil's like, I can't have that. I got to stop this young man from getting on stage. So I need to keep him where? In his fear. Goes back to the subject. Don't fear the fear of trying. Because the only thing comes with the fear of trying is the devil using a bunch of anxiety to giving you all these reasons not to do what you're supposed to do. So, on a Wednesday night, a night before the show, I made up in my mind, I'm not going on the stage. I'm not even going to the show. So all those people going to be at the show waiting on me, and I'm going to be nowhere in sight. I'm not getting on that stage. What am I thinking? It's not going to happen. So my frat brother, Rhino, never forget, it was 3-something in the morning on the day of the show. He woke me up by 3 in the morning, and I'm already kind of up because I'm a night owl. And I still got this anxiety of getting on stage. And I've already told myself that I'm not getting on stage. I had made up my mind. I was going back and forth, but I was 90% I'm not getting on stage. I'm not even going to the show. So my frat brother, Rhino, woke me up at 3 in the morning. And you know what he said to me? It's my first time I heard this, which is what I've told y'all tonight. I didn't even know this was in the Bible. Rhino woke me up and he said, hey. And Rhino didn't know that I was not going to go to the show because I didn't tell nobody. I knew if I told somebody, they're going to be trying to encourage me to do so. So I didn't want to tell nobody. I just want to let everybody show up at the show, and I wasn't going to be there. And so Rhino woke me up, and he said to me, he said, God told me to tell you, don't fear nothing or nobody in this world but him. And he said, that fear that you got, that the devil is using against you, that's not of God. He said, God told him to tell me, if it's fear, then it's not of God. So let me start telling y'all people, because I want you to know, fear is not of God. God said, don't fear nothing and nobody in this world but him. And if it's fear, then it's not of God. So if it's not of God, who's using the fear? The devil is the one using the fear. And like my frat brother Rhino said, he said, so that means your fear of stage fright can be preventing you from getting to your destiny and getting to your purpose. And that's what God told me to wake you up and tell you. He said, I don't know why God told me to tell you that, but I knew why God told me to tell me that, because God was the only one who knew that I was not going to the show that night and I was going to disappear so nobody can contact me or reach me and ask me where I'm at. That was my plan. My mind was made up. But when that man knocked on my door at 3 in the morning, we were roommates, knocked on my room door, woke me up and said, God told me to tell you don't fear nothing or nobody in this world but him. And he said, God told me to tell you, if you got fear in it, then it's not of him. It's not of God. So it wasn't God giving me stage fright and giving me fear. It was the devil using this fear against me. Because see, God knew my destiny and my purpose, and he wanted to get me to it. But my fear, the devil was trying to keep me away from it. In short, that motivated me to say, man, I'm getting on stage. And that's when I said, you know what, I can't fear. Don't fear the fear of trying. See, all that anxiety I was telling myself, people ain't going to laugh. People going to look at me stupid. I'm going to look crazy. I'm going to look stupid, this and that. What did I have to lose? Besides everybody saying I'm not funny. You was terrible. I didn't have nothing to lose, but I had everything to gain. In short, my first time on stage My first time on stage, standing ovation. My first time on stage, standing ovation. And some of y'all may say, oh, you got a standing ovation because it was your family members, your friends, it was this and that, da, da, da. No. A football team don't come to laugh. They come to laugh at you, not with you. My family, some of the hardest people to critique you in the world, they didn't come to laugh and support. They come to see how much of a fool I'm about to make of myself. But so my family and the football team really enjoyed the material that I was doing because I was talking about personal, really experience. And so I'll never forget, Lester Bills was the host because Prescott was out of town. That was my first time on stage. So I got a standing ovation. And I overcame that fear. Now, that fear didn't go overnight because I spent many years like, oh, no, I didn't want to get on stage. I was still kind of scared to get on stage. But anyway, so once I got on stage that first time in my life, got a standing ovation. So the following week, I went back to the club, not to perform, just to sit there. Going back to that thing when you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. That's very important. And so I went back to the show, and Prescott was there. Remember, Prescott wasn't there last week when I got a standing ovation. He was out of town. Lester Bibbs was the host. So when I came back the next week, everybody, the people who worked there was telling Prescott, that's the guy who came last week and got a standing ovation. So Prescott walked up to me. I meet Prescott for the first time. He said, man, I heard you destroyed my club last week. I'm going to bring you up next. And I said, I didn't come to perform, I just come to watch. He was like, man, you up next. And he went right to the stage and he introduced me. And I got this fear just in me where I don't want to go on stage. And when I get on stage, I can't remember none of my jokes. My fear has taken over. My fear is happening right in front of my eyes. I don't know the jokes. The people ain't laughing, but the people really were supporting me. The people's like, well, tell a joke. I said, man, I can't think of none. I apologize. They was like, no, let's keep clapping. Come on, you'll think of it. Keep going. So the crowd was really trying to support me and root for me. But my mind just went blank. And I ended up getting off of stage. And so they was like, boo, get off of stage. And that was my second time ever on stage. And so what I felt like God did for me was, this is what God did for me because it was very important. And remember, we deal with a God of order, put things in order. My first time on stage was a standing ovation, sold out crowd. Did 5 minutes, standing ovation. My second time on stage, nobody laughed. I couldn't even remember my jokes. I didn't even tell the jokes. And they finally said, boo, get off of stage. So God basically told me, because this is what I got out of it on my way home. God said, I showed you the best of what can happen, which is a standing ovation. Everybody love you. And I showed you the worst which can happen, which is people boo you and don't enjoy your comedy. Now that you got an idea of what the best is, and you got the idea of what the worst is, don't even worry about the in-between. Go ahead and take off and get to your purpose. Go ahead and take off and get to your destiny. But I never would have experienced getting to my purpose and getting to my destiny had I continued to allow fear to dictate my decision making. So shout out to my frat brother, Rhino, my Neo from 01, that was my roommate at the time, that woke me up at 3 in the morning and he shared with me, God said, don't fear nothing or nobody in this world but him. And if it's of fear, then it's not of God. So I'm telling you, people who try to manifest your goals, I'm talking to the people in these marriages, I'm talking to the people in these relationships, I'm talking to the people trying to accomplish something, I'm talking to somebody that want to be successful. I'm talking to those people. God told me to tell you, don't fear nothing or nobody in this world but him. And if it got fear in it, then it's not of God. So if it's not of God, who is it of? It's the devil that's using your fear. So ladies, if you're married, men, if you're married, start trusting again. Stop acting like your husband and your ladies got trust issues. Stop acting like you got trust issues. What you have is a spirit of fear. The fear of being hurt again. The fear of being lied to again. So I ask that you pray that fear off of you, because remember, like I told you, if it's of fear, then it's not of God. That means it's the devil trying to tell you don't love again. It's the devil trying to tell you don't trust again. It's the devil telling you to go through the phones with your anxiety of thinking of negative things. You're creating scenarios in your head and in your marriages of stuff that didn't even happen. So what am I saying to you? Get rid of that fearing spirit. And for the people who at least try, I respect you. I don't agree with you, but I respect you because you at least try. But the people who I don't understand, I don't have respect for, is the people that don't try. Because you'll set up and allow the fear to dictate you so much that it start becoming your mindset, start making decisions for you. And it start giving you scenarios of a picture of suffering and struggling. Just so what? What is the devil? One thing he's trying to accomplish. He's trying to mentally beat you up so you never try. Because if the devil can get you to never try, he win. Because he know if you don't try, you ain't going to never see the other side. And what I'm here to tell you people is, you have nothing to lose by trying, but you have everything to gain. And the reason why I say God is a God of order, if I had got on stage that first time, what happened to me the second time, if it had happened to me the first time, I probably would have never picked up a microphone again. And God knew that. So what he did was he allowed me to experience the best of it first. And then when I came back the second time, he allowed me to experience the worst of it. And what did he tell me? Now what do you fear? You got a standing ovation the first time, and you couldn't even remember your jokes the second time to where the people said boo and get off the stage. Now what? What God was showing me was you have nothing to fear. All the rest is in between. I gave you the best and I gave you the worst. Now what? Who cares? If you get booed and nobody laugh, who cares is what he's saying. That's pretty much what he was telling me. He was letting me conquer my fear of stage fright by giving me the best to keep going, but then not giving me the worst. So when the worst happened, I don't stop and throw in the towel, but I keep going. So these are for the people who you try, but it didn't work out the way you expected, so you quit. Now I'm talking to the people that try that quit. First, I was talking to the people that don't even try. Now, the people that don't even try, I can't even respect you, because what I'm trying to get you to see is don't fear the fear of trying. You have nothing to lose. And once you try, I guarantee you're going to say to yourself, oh, this wasn't nowhere near as bad as I thought it would be. This is nowhere near. You're going to realize you gave yourself all that unnecessary anxiety. You painted all these scenarios, and it's not even like that. In other words, just give you a fairy tale example. Not even a fairy tale example. This happened to some people. Kind of like an 80-20 rule. So let's just say I want to go outside and get in my swimming pool, right? But I have fear of water, right? I'm going to just show you how powerful fear is. That's when I keep telling y'all, God said if it's of fear, it's not of him, it's of the devil. Now it's a 3 feet swimming pool. I'm 5'10", which means if I stand up, the water going to be in my stomach. But guess what? But I fear getting in the swimming pool. And the devil used that fear against me because of his fear is not of God. You understand what I'm saying? But all I have to do is walk out in the water and try. And if I walk out in the water, now my anxiety going to tell me of fear, man, you get in that water, you're going to drown. Man, that water, that swimming pool water is like a river. It got turbulence under it. It's going to pull you under. It's got a current under it. It's going to pull you under. If you go out there, your body going to cramp up and you're not going to be able to get back to safety. See, this is all the devil using fear to keep me from getting in that swimming pool. But then now when I finally try and I walk in the water and the water's in my stomach, then I'm like, man, I'm not out here cramping up. I'm not out here drowning. I can walk to the bank. The water ain't go over my head. I don't even have to know how to swim because I can walk in it and stand up. But the fact that I tried, now I've overcame the fear of water. Now I'm able to get in the swimming pool. And eventually I learned how to swim. Eventually I learned how to backstroke, swim stroke, and do everything I want to do. But none of that happens if I never walk in the water. None of that happens if I never try. But see, the devil's so cold that the devil will set it up sometime to where, let's say you do in the process of walking in the water, you can drown in the 3 feet. Because see, your body becomes shocked Because the devil got you fearing that water so much your body becomes shocked. And when your body becomes shocked, you break down. Next thing you know, you go under the water without even realizing you ain't got to do nothing but stand up and be still. But you ain't thinking like that because your mind not clear. You got that fear going on. Only thing you see is water, water. And you're trying to get to land, and next thing you know, you panic and you drown in the 3 feet. You drown in the 3 feet, some water you could have stood up and walked out the pool. But the devil used that fear in you and caused you to drown in the 3 feet. That's the power of fear. Fear can kill. Fear can become death if you let it. So don't fear the fear of trying. Because the minute you walk in that water, you have conquered your fear. And then you're going to realize, wow, I could have been standing up in the 3 feet for the last 15 years, but I feared the swimming pool. So I never went near a swimming pool. And I'm a professional swimmer, by the way. This is just me giving y'all the example. This didn't happen to me for real, but I know a lot of my friends that fear the swimming pool. So that was just an example of don't let fear, stop fearing the fear of trying. If you do not try, you have already failed. Let me say it again. At least the people who try and quit, they're not going to be successful either. But one thing they got over you is they tried. They'll always have that over you. So for the people who never try, you can never say nothing to the person that quit. Only person that can say something to the person that quit is the person that didn't quit, and the person went all the way. But the people who have never tried, you have no power or no say-so over somebody that quit, because at least the person that quit tried first. I don't like the fact that they quit, but I can respect the fact that they tried. But I cannot respect a person that don't try, because you have mentally beat yourself up and gave yourself scenarios off of something that never happened. So make sure you take this here with you. Don't fear the fear of trying. You have nothing to lose by trying. Fear can prevent you from having a successful marriage. It can prevent you from having a successful relationship. It can prevent you from manifesting your goals, prevent you from manifesting your dreams, prevent you from being successful. And fear is of who? The devil. Why? Because God said don't fear nothing or nobody in this world but him. That means you don't fear people. And that means you don't fear things. So when God said don't fear nothing, that means nothing exists in this world. And God said don't fear nobody, that means all human race, all creatures, all whatever. God said don't fear nothing or nobody in this world but him. So if you got something that's preventing you from being successful in your life, if you got something that's making you go through your husband or boyfriend's cell phone, go through your wife's cell phone, stalking people and all this old stuff, it's not because of trust issues. It's because of fear of being hurt again, because of fear of being depressed again. That's what's making you do those things. Why? Because somebody else hurt you. So you protect yourself with fear. And I just told you, fear ain't of God. Love again. If that person hurt you, that's all right. Love again. Love again. If that person hurt you, that's okay. You're going to heal and love again. But don't fear love because of you being hurt. So make sure you take this here with you. God said don't fear nothing or nobody in this world but him. And he said if it's of fear, then it's not of him. So if it's not of God, then who is it of? It's of the devil. So if you fear something, I just want to let you know right now that is not of God. So that is the devil using that fear against you to prevent you from getting to your purpose, to prevent you from getting to your destiny, to prevent you from getting to your goal. I ask that you pray that fear off of you. And you know how you can get rid of that fear? The easiest way to get rid of the fear is trying. That's the easiest way to get rid of fear. You have to try. Take the first step towards your fear. Take that first step towards your fear, and you're going to realize things is not bad as your mind told you it was because of fear. And at that point, you will break that chains from the devil of that fear spirit that he rode you with. Why? Because fear is not of God. And you can give God the glory again by trying. Take that with you. High vibration, positive energy. Thanks for tuning in to Marathon Talk with Memphis Will, episode 32. Don't fear the fear of trying. What am I saying to y'all? Take the first step, people. And whatever it is that you fear, I want you to be able to tell yourself this. This fear that I'm feeling is not of God. And none of us want to be part of anything that's not of God. So guess what? Get rid of that fear and take the first step by trying. Because when you do, God said don't fear nothing and nobody in this world but him. So you know when you take that first step, you're taking a step toward your purpose. You're taking a step toward your destiny. You're taking a step toward being successful. High vibration, positive energy. Thanks for tuning in. Shout out to my sponsor for sponsoring both shows, Arrowhead Water. Gotta speak it to existence. Here each and every Tuesday and Wednesday, live on Facebook and Instagram, 7 o'clock Pacific time. Bathroom Talk with Memphis Will on each and every Tuesday. Story time by the fireplace each and every Wednesday. And sometimes I might miss those Wednesdays, but I won't miss Tuesdays. So 7 o'clock Tuesday and Wednesday. Follow my Facebook, Instagram. Follow my Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube under Memphis Will. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube page. Click that notification button. And you can get all the uploads. Instagram and Twitter is The Memphis Will. That's TheMemphis So make sure you follow my Instagram and Twitter at The Memphis Will. That's TheMemphis High vibration, positive energy. If I said it too fast for you, no words. When I upload these videos, I'm about to put all my social media tags on it. See you guys tomorrow at 7 o'clock. High vibration, positive energy. Peace out. Oh, everybody, hope you're right here. This is how I close out all my shows. Ladies and gentlemen, if you remember absolutely nothing else I said, make sure you remember this. Life is a gift from God. So make sure you utilize each and every day with a little bit of love and a whole lot of smiles. God bless you. High vibration. Peace out. Gatewood checking in. Oh, yeah. Post now. Delete. Boom. That's gone. In the clouds. Let me check out my IG, people. Let me wave at many of y'all as I can. The wave button not working. Hold on. Lil G, what up with you? There you go. Justin, what up with you? Jamisha, what up with you? Queen, what up with you? Comedian, Hot Topic, what up with you? Golden Comedian, what up with you? What's up with your baby boy? The Lounge. What's that? Coco Don't Play. Coco Don't Play, what up with you? What's that? One Load, Dreams. Man, I can't read half this. Hold on. Trying to hit the wave button. Just know I tried to wave at all of y'all. Everybody who checked in. Y'all lover, what up with you? Follow your dreams, what's up with you? Charmaine, what up with y'all? Thank all y'all for tuning in, man. High vibration, positive energy. Peace out.